We have been traveling the rich lands of East Africa, far and wide, across the highlands and lowlands of this beautiful region, talking to farmers wherever we go.
We have given them the help and knowledge they need to improve their farming methods,
increase their income, and turn their farms into good business for the future.
Join us and our experts on this journey across East Africa and share the family's experiences as they make these changes.
Karibu to the Shamba Shape-Up Safari.
Welcome to Shamba Shape-Up. We are in Anyango in Siaya County.
There's lots of work to be done in this Shamba. But first, let's go meet the family. Robert and Grace, we are very happy to be here. You have a very, very lovely Shamba. Now, Robert, what do you grow in your Shamba?
Matama, mahindi, viazi, maharagwe, na muhogo pia.
Are they doing okay in the Shamba?
I'm happy with them.
Farmers usually have problems. What are the main problems that you are going through right now?
The problem is how we can find the resources for doing those things.
So you've just been farming all your life without any technical advice?
There is no technical advice.
How about you, Kennedy? What are the challenges you're facing in the chicken?
The problems of outbreaks.
So
if we can get an expertise, we can prevent the outbreaks.
You would love to see the chicken become a business, a real business.
Yeah, a real business.
We are here. Mama, very nice to meet you.
Yes.
Shamba Shape-Up is here in your farm today, and we didn't come alone. We come with our experts so that eventually when we leave here, we'll make sure that your Shamba is shaped up.
Yes.
Okay, we'll do it. Lovely family, Naomi, lovely Shamba. What do you want to start with?
Well, I want to start with the orange flesh sweet potatoes, then talk with the farmers. They have a farming group?
Yes.
Yes. What about you?
I'm going to go with the expert and deal with the maize, see how we can fight Striga. Or I'll just sit here and enjoy this lovely view.
What?
Now, then I can help with the chickens. The expert is coming in and make sure they're truly shaped up.
Okay, then let's go.
All right.
I said, let's go.
Now, Mzee here would like to start a chicken business. And it's up to you to advise him what he should do and all that.
Now, Tony, what type of chicken do they have here?
You will see. You will see. Mama. John, did you see that?
I'm so impressed.
I can't do that. I can't do that.
That's the language of the
Now
village.
that you have seen the chickens, what do you recommend to Mzee?
What is the purpose for keeping them?
Sometimes we eat, sometimes we can sell.
If you want to make money,
Yes.
you must get used to the type of chicken that can grow very, very fast.
Very fast.
And do very, very well.
Yes.
Can give you market weight.
Yes.
You sell, getting almost 300 eggs per year.
So what's the next step from here, John?
Let's build a poultry house, a proper poultry house.
Yes.
That has three basic things, away from the source of interference.
Yeah.
Second point, every bird needs 1 square foot. So we'll build a house for almost 100 birds. Then the third thing, the ventilation. There must be a lot of air movement to make the birds do well.
So how many chickens are you starting him off
I'm giving 100 Kenbros. Kenbro is a crossbreed.
It's a crossbreed.
It is a half,
Grade local.
yes.
with? Mzee understands that. If you're going to build for you a house for chickens, I hope you're going to take care of them.
I will be taking care of them by giving them feeds.
Yes. I've got a special call. I can also do it and get someone here to take care of the chicken feed. Okay, can I call him?
Yes.
Unga! Unga! There he is. He's laughing all the way.
Okay.
He's here. Where does he start from? What does he feed them?
He can feed his 100 chicks in such a way that they can mature very fast. In that, like, in a period of 3 months, they are ready for slaughter, such that he can have some for his meal and also have extra to sell. Because the world is changing. Nowadays, we are talking about Kirimo Biashara. I came with a good number of bags from, say, to start off with, and I could like Kalis to help me.
Oh,
have
he's
them
making
here.
his call. Got it! There, see, that's better. That sounds better.
Robert, you start with the Fugo Fast Grow Starter Mash. When they are day 1 old, you will feed them on the Fast Grow Starter Mash for the first 3 weeks. With Kenbro, you don't have to feed them on 100% finisher mash. When they are 3 weeks old, now you can substitute, giving them the finisher mash and also the local feeds available, the omena, the wimbi, and the maize meals.
Kenbro chicks can be fed on Fugo Fast Grow Starter Mash for the first 3 weeks. Then you can feed them on half local feeds and half Fugo Fast Grow Finisher Mash to get a good price at the market. Now, Robert,
Yes.
any questions to our experts?
How much I can feed them?
With the Kenpro, 1 kilo per 1 part for 3 weeks. That's when we have started with the Fugo Fast Grow Starter Mash. After that, Fugo Fast Grow Finisher Mash, you follow the same process. And then 1 part is likely to consume about 2 kilos by 3 months. On top of the feeds, you should ensure that also they have plenty of clean water in a clean container.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they all broilers.
Kenbro is called a dual-purpose bird. Can be both kept for meat or eggs. The third important use of the Kenbro is upgrading the locals.
Yes.
If you have the locals I've seen here, preserve 1 cock from the Kenbro.
Okay,
Now if they make the offspring, becomes a better breed.
Okay.
Now, Robert, you're going to get the chicks, and the Unga man is here, has already brought the feed. Now, we are going with you. You show me where you want the chicken house to be, okay?
Yes.
You can. All right, let's go. The chicken shed should be isolated and be big enough for each chicken to have at least 1 square foot of space. The house needs to have good ventilation with curtains to block wind and cold for the night. The African Agricultural Technology Foundation has made a maize seed which kills Striga weed, IR maize. Striga causes a lot of problems for farmers around Lake Victoria. Now, Gospel, I'm sure you've walked around the maize Shamba. Now, tell him about his farming method.
I think generally the farmers are trying as much as they can. They have rainfall challenges, they have weed challenges like Striga, which is trying.
Now, Gospel, I heard you mention Striga. What exactly is Striga?
Striga is a plant. It feeds on another plant to survive. It attaches on the roots of maize and withdraws water, withdraws nutrients, and makes the maize to just wither and die. So it's a very, very dangerous weed.
Is it only found only in this area?
It is found on about 300,000 hectares of Western Kenya here, right from Siaya all the way to Migori. If we remove the problem of Striga, we can be able to actually solve the deficit of maize in Kenya.
It will be another food basket.
It will be a basket.
Now, this Striga, how do you control it?
1 plant of Striga produces 50,000 seeds. So if you are counting a count of 20 plants, you're talking of 1 million seeds. It is virtually impossible to uproot it. The seeds of Striga, which is called kayongo in this area, can stay in the soil for as long as 20 years.
Yes.
You can imagine if somebody is born, until you're 25, 20 years, the seed is viable. So it can wait for you to be born until you're married. They even call it witchweed.
Mzee, how have you been dealing with the Striga?
We pull it out and throw it.
Pulling out is okay before it flowers. So hand pulling is one of the methods. The other methods like rotation. And there's other new methods like we are promoting as an institution called IR maize. IR maize stands for imazapyr resistance maize. Imazapyr. And imazapyr is simply a herbicide. When that maize germinates, it takes in the herbicide. And it's like it is immunized. And the herbicide is fatal to the Striga. Currently in the market is the version sold by Western Seed Company, which is commercially sold under the name WS303.
So does it totally eliminate the Striga?
Within 8 seasons, there is almost insignificant levels of the Striga in the soil.
Let me ask, if you plant this IR maize, will this seed affect the other crops nearby?
The only thing you can do is to plant maize and beans in the same hole. Because it will touch the herbicide. From 15 centimeters from the maize row, it is okay.
Good. Now, Mzee, do you have any question for the Kayongo expert?
This kayongo How can we finish it?
I would only say consistent use of the IR maize technology, and then also rotation. Rotate with things like soybean, improve the fertility of the soil. This Striga or Kayongo does not like high soil fertility.
So, Gospel, what you are recommending is quality seeds.
Exactly, Tony. In particular, the IR maize seed. It doesn't matter from which company, but let it be IR, combined occasionally with rotation, with legumes like soybean, over at least 4 years, for you to effectively manage it. This is a community problem. It is not a single farmer Maize problem. Yes. If there is Striga there, if you control it here, those seeds are very light. They can be dispersed by wind. So you go in a community way, so that a group of farmers implement the control measures together.
Ah, good. And I think we're in luck because Maize has a farmers group, don't you?
Yes.
Well, I think now what we need to do, you need to teach us how to plant the IR maize.
Okay.
All right?
Fine.
You want to learn how to plant it?
Yes.
Let's go to the farm and plant.
Thank you.
Good. Prepare the land by digging or plowing. Make rows 1.5 feet apart. Then make planting holes 30 centimeters apart on each row. Mix 1 bottle cup full of DAP and a handful of manure with the soil in each hole. When the rains start, plant 2 seeds in each hole. Wash your hands with soap and water as soon as you finish planting the maize. It was great learning so much about IR maize. You should have been there, Naomi. What are you planning to do now?
I don't know. Why don't you do your magic trick and tell me?
Oh, you want a magic trick? Okay.
But you know what? I got my own magic trick.
Oh, show it to me.
Now watch me disappear.
Ooh, I wonder where Naomi went to. All right.
To help Mzee and Mama with the sweet potatoes, we have Sami Agili from the International Potato Center, and he has brought along a guest.
She's going to tell us how to make various products using the orange flesh sweet potato. So the way forward from here is, once you produce the roots, what next? Now we need to eat the roots. The traditional way is boiling. Right. But there are various products you can now make. Yes.
So we are going to cook?
Yes, we are going to have a cooking session.
Wow, I can't wait to see what you're going to cook.
Karibu Naomi.
So Mary, I didn't expect a whole party. So Priscilla, tell me briefly about your chama.
Our group, we grow potatoes and then we use it by making cakes, chips, and mandasis.
So Priscilla, now, do you sell some of this, what you cook?
Yes.
So you can sell for me if I wanted to buy right now?
Yes.
Today, we have boiled orange flesh sweet potato.
Right.
We have the flour there. We have the chapatis, pancakes, potato juice, donuts, the buns, the sweet potato leaves cooked in groundnut stew.
Wow.
Queen cakes, and then the bread, and then the jam.
Mary, that's a lot. And all this comes from this?
Comes from the orange flesh sweet potato.
So Mary, tell us why the orange flesh sweet potatoes are good in cooking all this.
Yeah, the orange flesh gives us vitamin A. It also has some other minerals.
Yes.
Like zinc, vitamin C, and vitamin B.
Right.
Which are very important, particularly for children under 5 and pregnant lactating mothers.
To give children a healthy boost, add mashed OFSP to their porridge.
What about the business side of it?
There are certain products that people prefer. There are things like chapatis, mandazis, the pancakes, the chips. Right. Most people want to make their mandazi to look nice, yellow and so on. They use food colors, which sometimes are not healthy. Yes. But as you can see, the mandazi, there is no artificial food color. It is the color of the orange flesh sweet potato.
Wow, that's really nice. Yeah. Mary, could you show us something you can make that's very simple from the orange flesh sweet potato? To make orange flesh sweet potato mandazis, you need flour, oil, water, OFSP flour, and sugar. Mix 3.5 cups of flour, half a cup of orange flesh sweet potato flour, 4 teaspoons of sugar, 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder.
She's mixing.
with little oil and a cup of water. Knead the dough. Roll it out and cut mandazi shapes. Then fry the mandazis in oil. So very, now seeing is believing. Gives me an idea.
What's this?
What are you eating, Naomi?
A sweet potato mandazi.
Orange flesh sweet potatoes mandazi. Did you make it yourself? So you're a good cook?
I watched.
You watch them cook?
Yes.
So you're not any good?
The women are having a cooking competition.
Women, I can't join in.
No, you can't join. You can't cook.
Oh, you mean I can't cook?
You can't cook, Tony.
And guess what? I'm going to be in that competition whether you like it or not, and I'll prove that to you right after the break. I told you I'm going to cook. I'm
telling you, Tony, you can't.
Welcome back to Shamba Shepherd. We're still here in Gotonyango, Rarieda, in Siaya County, where I, Tony, I'm going to cook.
He can't cook. You can't cook.
She keeps saying that, but I'm going to cook.
Tony, you can't.
And I'm the best chef.
Tony,
and I'll prove it to you. Now there's so much work to be done. We can't keep sitting here again. Let's go and do the work.
But you
and
can't
I'm still
cook,
going to cook.
and you won't cook. Robert and Grace are part of a farmer group which focuses on growing sweet potatoes and making snacks from potatoes. Agras Farmers Organization Strengthening Center has sent us an expert to tell us more about being in a group. Nyadendo Farmers, how are you?
Fine.
Now Judith is here to teach us about how we can become a better group and how we can be able to get market for our produce.
It's very important to belong to a farmer group because as an individual you cannot work alone. So we come together to work together as farmers so that we are able, one, to procure our inputs together, better prices for our produce, better discounts. And I think that is why you came together in a group, isn't it? We get members who have different skills, they have different knowledge. We are able to access that which an individual cannot access. So when we are united, we stand, but when we are divided, we fall. The most important thing is,
remember, it is important to know how much each person in a group can grow. This will make it easier to know how much you can produce to sell so you can get the right market.
Within the group, we are able to know, once we have identified the market, we know what we need to supply. We will be able to know that Robert can produce, for example, 1 acre of sweet potatoes, and Rosemary can commit to produce 1/4 acre. But if she fails to do that, the members are able to follow up. As a group, we are able to supply to the markets what we have promised to supply. But if we don't do that, then as one individual will plant, then we will fail the market, and then we will not be a reliable group. So as Nyodendo, you have told us that you are working on sweet potatoes. That is very good. You have a vision, you have a plan, you get to know what each member is able to produce based on their farm sizes, and we have an inventory. We get to know how much we can produce as a group collectively. And then from there, we want to do a market feasibility. So we start with our local markets, and if we are able to satisfy that market and we have a surplus, then we move to the next level. Because I know sweet potatoes can make a variety of products, such as mandazi, cake, and the rest. So as a group, when you come together, identify along that value chain, where will you make most money? Put all your energy where you are making most of the money. You should be able to keep records to show each member what they are contributing to the group. With the money, we'll have improved livelihoods and we will have better families. We are talking about from a bicycle to a motorcycle. We are also talking about
goats.
Cows. From goats to cows. So that means we are able to know that we are improving our livelihoods. Those are the basic and important things the group should be able to harness. If not, then, as I said earlier, united we stand and divided we fall.
Oh, thank you so much, Judith.
Ah, there you are, Naomi. You're just in time to make for you the Tony Special Mandazi. It was so funny. Don't you have any work to do?
Well, I'm going to show Robert how to use D.light.
You better go and do that.
Robert, I've noticed you don't have any electricity in your house.
Yes.
So what do you use for lighting?
Safari lamp.
And when you want to charge your phone?
I charge from another home down here.
And Kevin has something to tell us about lighting, a better way. Kevin, what do you have for us?
I have solar lamps here. We have an S300 that comes with the solar panel, right? It comes with a mobile charger, and then the lamp itself, you only put the panel in the sun. This you leave in the house, and then you connect. So the sun is supposed to hit the panel directly, because it uses the rays. It's the rays that will charge the lamp. The lamp has a switch, which is this one here. First setting, second setting, third setting, fourth setting. This pot here is meant to charge the phone. And then amongst the pins here, you choose which one suits your phone.
Yeah,
Do you have a phone with you?
Yes.
Bring so that we test.
Okay.
Does it charge?
It's charging.
Yes. Now, if I may ask, how much do you use per night in your kerosene lamp or in your safari lamp?
50 shillings.
Yes, and it lasts for how long?
And it lasts for only 2 days. Because we have the students which are doing studies at night.
I want to solve your problem today. It's called an S2, and it has a solar panel here. So if you switch it on, it's like that. And if you press it again, it's off. The lamp is meant for reading. So you can always twist this in whichever angle you want it to face. I don't want you to spend any money on paraffin. I don't want to spend any money on charging your phone. The students will have the best light for study. 2, you'll be saving on buying paraffin. Something that you can even spend that much on buying something like chicken.
That is good news, isn't it, Robert?
It can be a miracle.
It's already done. I'm already here. I want to give it this lamp.
You cannot be checking your chickens in the night.
Okay.
Yeah, and your animals in the night. Have your grandson here. Yeah, he can be using this one for studying at night.
For study.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Kevin.
You're welcome.
The moment of truth is here. We will find out that Tony cannot cook. We've got 10 minutes, 10 minutes.
We will see.
Everyone, which is the best?
Tony. Tony.
With the chicken shed done, we put in the brooder, laid in the wood shavings, brought in water, the feed, and finally the chicks come into a new home.
So Robert, Kennedy, Grace, we've come to the end of a very beautiful Shamba shape-up. Robert, are you happy?
Very much. I didn't know how this thing can be done like this.
What have you learned?
You did so many things in my home here. So many people have come here. The first day we went up to my Shamba down there to see how Striga have been destroying my maize. Cakes have been brought here today.
So Kennedy, what do you think of Shamba shape-up?
I've learned a lot. I now know how to do poultry. I know how now you can control Striga. I now know what orange flesh potato can do.
So you're going to help your parents?
Yeah.
That's wonderful. That's nice. Mami, how did you like Shamba shape-up?
Ukelo na dongruok malich. Joma ni area ni te kuru luora. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Yeah, it's been nice being here, and I proved something once and for all that I can cook.
Naomi, did you hear the crowds? Tony, I won by acclamation.
Of course you did.
Well, it's been another great show, and we want to say goodbye here from Gotanyango in Siaya County, and see you next time on Shamba Shape Up.